Woohoo! Hello everybody, we're live. This is J. Richard Varvel for the JRV Morning Show. And I have a special guest here, Hope. Hope is here with me, and we're here coming live from her backyard, this very magical spot. We found some amazing flowers behind us to really anchor in the beauty, ground us in this Monday morning. So good morning and welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you, Hope, for joining me live this morning. I know that it's not always easy to do, to be on camera, and especially in this live format, so I appreciate you going with it.
Thank you.
And I'm excited about this. So today's show, we have a card reading of the day, tuning into the energies. We have a guided meditation. There's a couple mini energy readings, and then also Hope's going to spend some time letting you know what she's up to and what she does in this world. So, good morning, Sean. Good morning, Clint.
Hi, Clint.
Welcome to the show. Good morning, guys. All right, so let's get right into it with a card reading of the day. I think that's a good icebreaker. Yeah. And I'll let you pick the card once I do a little shuffle here. Ooh, I can feel your warmth too. I was like, wow, now I know why I heat it up. All right, let's pick a card for today. Hi, still, that's good.
This one's sticking out. Grab them, you got them?
Yes, yep. Oh, nice. So that one is Lion Guide. Lion Guide is the card today, and so so fierce. We're really tuning into our fierceness, tuning into our deep animalistic passions. I'm feeling the part of us that sometimes scares us with how powerful we are, getting in touch with that part of ourselves, and then also really holding our ground. I feel like that's important right now, holding our ground. We were actually just talking about that, like being authentic in this world of sameness, fitting into boxes, of fitting into social norms and programming. To be authentic in that kind of environment, it feels like sometimes this push-pull kind of energy that we are pushing against. Yeah. And so I feel like right now, as so many of us are really truly doing our best to be in our authenticity, and again, it's a process. This isn't it like, we're perfect right out the gate. But that in that, there's something to us really holding our space, moving through this process, being confident even when the struggles, even when the challenges that are coming up come our way, that we're able to know that we can call on that power from within to be there with us in the situation, to meet the situation, to engage it, and to be our best self through it. So,
and I'm actually getting also that lions are pack animals. They live in a pride. They call them prides. That there's a society there where the women gather and the men show themselves, but also are very nurturing and care for their tribe. And so that's kind of coming forward. And also, I was just talking to my boyfriend recently about going through life being the lion in your life, of being that very magnificent being, but also treading very lightly with it, not being needing to be ferocious or take over, but just walking through with pride and knowing that you've got this, and to trust yourself as the leader of your own kind of world and tribe and pack.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, that feels so good. I love that you brought that element in, because it's so true. Like, support in the community is really a big part of this process. It can sometimes feel like we're alone in this awakening journey of getting to know ourselves, of going deep within and coming in and out of those spaces. But that having that community, having that support is so important. Having those that have maybe been further down that journey to help mentor. And that's going to be what Hope talks about too, with what she is so amazing at. So Lisa says yes and hello. My mom says hello. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome, guys, to the show. Thank you for joining us live this morning. We really appreciate it. So Lion Guide is the card of the day. And so I'd love to hear as well. We'd love to hear what came up for you, what gets inspired with you, and what you see in the card as well. So please comment away about that. All right, so I Oh yeah, I'm sitting on them. I was like, I have the other deck that I've been pulling the cards for the card of the day, but I don't have the other deck that we've been using for the meditation. So
the Osho deck. Just a little. It can get a little heavy.
Okay, so we'll use this.
Okay.
We'll use this deck to figure out what the energies we're going to use to go into the meditation. And I'll let you pick that one again too. That will be fun to see what we get. Where we go today. Oh dear.
Wow.
I'm like, we're.
This is what came up.
Okay.
This is what came up.
Okay.
I say these are the ones that we're supposed to.
All right. I like it. Okay.
And I love those 2 cards.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So, all right. Let's see. So abundance, which we had a lot last week. Twice it came up as the card of the day, and then sisters healing. And so abundance, we know, and there's so many forms of abundance, and that's the part of it too, that, again, we were just talking about this before, and this whole idea of money, and feeling like the only source or way that abundance can show up, as well as like sometimes feeling like we identify with how much money we have as far as like our confidence level, or whether we're doing okay, whether we're successful, like using it as a gauge of our success.
Self-worth and value
Yes.
being represented by what you're able to buy. And that's a really tough one to kind of work through. We were just talking about the best lessons about money come when you don't have it. You learn to revalue yourself, and it's hard in a society that really only values commercialism. To say, I don't stand for that right now yet. I have to engage in it in order to survive, because that's what our society is built on. And working through these challenges takes time. It's not something that happens right away.
Wouldn't that be nice, right?
Yeah.
If it was just bang, we're done, we're through it.
Bang, and you're wealthy again.
Yeah, exactly.
That was fun, but I'd like my money back.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. Those were all fantastic lessons. Now come back to me now.
Yeah.
So know that if you are going through that kind of period where you're also feeling like that has been cut off, or like it's running a little dry or a lot dry, really, I think this is the time for us, before we get into the meditation part, but just to really expand into the other ways in which abundance is showing up, as well as to really ask ourselves, what are these lessons that we're learning in this process of where we are feeling pulled, or it's catalyzing something within us. It's helping us see something that we wouldn't otherwise want to look at.
Right.
And so sisters healing, that one is all about really not only just family healing and literal sister healing, but also feminine healing. And
I would say also too, what's coming up is this shift from a patriarchal society to a matriarchal society, where we're looking to the divine feminine to not emasculate men, but to really step forward and say, we are in our strength and we have something to offer, and for women to learn to accept one another and to heal those competitive bonds that have really run through our society for ages.
It's true. I mean, and I feel that too, that just this whole idea that we're in competition with one another, and I have to constantly remind myself that we're not, because we're not. We are really truly having our own unique journey in this, and even though we might have similar paths or similar experiences that we're meant to have and embody, but that still doesn't mean we're meant to be the same and that we're not in competition with one another, because we all are really on our own time with that.
Yeah.
So Bella, good morning. Julie says, hey Jay, good morning. Welcome to the show. So the cards that we're going to be using as our inspiration for meditation is Abundance and then Sisters Healing. And so now, if you'd like to join us live, please get comfortable wherever you are. Uncross any fingers and toes. And cross any arms and legs. Unless you are in easy pose and you are sitting in easy pose in a yoga pose. So that would be another way in which you would be crossed, and that's fine. The only reason why I say that is just helps the energy move through our system, our body, better and easier.
Yeah, you're both feet flat on the ground, feeling kind of grounded and level.
Yes, yes. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Please, with your eyes closed, begin to grow tree roots from the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet down into the center of Mother Earth. We're using our imagination here to connect deeper and deeper within. And again, it doesn't take long for our tree roots to really get there to the center of the earth, to feel anchored, to feel grounded, to feel strong. And this is also an opportunity we can extend love and gratitude and appreciation down our roots, really thanking the earth, the consciousness that is earth, for not only assisting us in our day-to-day evolution, but really we would not be alive having this experience without her. So I feel like it is incredibly important to really have that exchange and to remember that we're connected. And so that's what this is about. So again, really feeling into those roots, feeling into our grounding. Notice what you notice today. Notice if you're noticing anything that feels stronger, anything that might feel far away. Just notice what you notice right now. And now coming up to your heart space, noticing a beautiful, brilliant sun that is blazing within your heart space. This is your divine spark, your literal energy that is your own unique vibration, your own unique energy signature. And this is emanating from your heart space, yes, from the center of your being. And I would like you to begin to grow that energy just by imagining it getting bigger and bigger, imagining this ball of light getting bigger and bigger, growing past your physical body. And we're going to go out 8 feet today, 8 feet all around. And we're in the center. So really feeling into your own energy field right now. If you're an empath, this can feel really good. If you don't take this space and place very often, it also can feel very uncomfortable. And know that every day, especially if you're doing this on any kind of consistent basis, whether through this media or others, noticing that every meditation time, any quiet time you take with yourself is going to be a little bit different. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And again, using any noise in the video as well as any in your space to go deeper and deeper within. Going even deeper and deeper within. I would like you to imagine yourself being transported to an enchanted forest with the most amazing, beautiful trees and flowers that you've ever seen. Some feeling like they're from Earth, some feeling like they're from another planet. And I would like you to, off in the distance, hear a river flowing, rushing by, and I would like you to begin to head towards that river. That is the river of abundance flowing through your life. I would like you to head towards that river, head towards that flow. It doesn't take long to get there. And I would like you to, as you're on your way, getting there to the river, notice any spirit animals showing up. Notice if there are any divine inspirations coming up, bubbling up, as we are in this process, using our imagination to go deeper within. And I would like you to begin to walk into the river. And as it gets deeper and as you no longer can touch the bottom, I would like you to have your feet go up in front of you and begin to float on your back. Heading down the center of this river, feeling safe and supported as you easily float on your back. Easily just allowing yourself to be carried in this flow. And as you're carried in this flow, as you're feeling what it feels like to be in this abundant energy and allowing it to really move through you in this process, really allowing this energy to penetrate anywhere where there might be blocks or restrictions to this abundant flow. This river, this abundant river flow, or this river of abundance, this flow of abundance is washing away any of that resistance, any of that heaviness that we're ready to let go of now. So notice if you feel like you just want to release anything into the water as you're flowing down this river, and know that the river will take it. All you have to do is let it go. And as the water is carrying away anything that we're ready to release and let go of, as well as washing through our pipes, our energy pipelines, so to speak, it's also invigorating us, it's energizing us, it's charging up our batteries, charging up our whole energy system, tuning us into this feminine flow, this intuitive flow, this sister's healing. And again, using any noise to go deeper and deeper within. So this is the time where we'll be quiet as you are continuing to move down your flow. And I would like you to notice any spirit guides that are now coming forward to you as you are as you float down this river with any messages. Awesome. So if you've enjoyed your time coasting down this river, know that you can easily bring yourself back to the space using the video, as well as creating this visualization on your own. Knowing that that flow of abundance, that intuitive feminine flow is always there, always with us, always surrounding us, always there to tune into, always there to balance out. So again, now coming into physical body awareness, wiggling our fingers and toes and opening up our eyes whenever you are ready. Good morning, Dylan. So we have, it's West Hollywood. There's noise going on. There's always going to be some kind of distraction in life.
They're tearing up my house. That's what you hear. What is normally a very tranquil backyard is a demolition zone that I didn't know was coming. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask them to close that window.
Awesome. So it's important in life, just like any. That's what I'm trying to. It is a metaphor for life that we keep going, that we keep moving, even when the going gets a little bit rough and tough, or it isn't as smooth as we'd like it to be, or it isn't as quiet as we would like it to be. That we don't allow that to drive us so batshit fucking crazy that we still don't do what we want to do or be who we want to be. It's not letting that shit get in our way. It's not getting so bent out of shape because it isn't going exactly how we need it to go. There is something to being able to have some hands off. I think that's what that feminine, the feminine flow is what is doing its job to get us to stop feeling like we need to control every little thing.
Yeah, peace in the moment is really within, not without, right? That's the true understanding of why we do what we do, is to somehow get some peace and tranquility within us when the outside world isn't necessarily reflecting that to us. That we can hold that space for ourselves.
Yes, it's so true. And that's what is a little bit difficult sometimes, is to be able to hold that space when it feels like the rest of the world is not.
Yeah.
and to do it anyways, and do it for ourselves, do it for our community, do it for each other.
Yeah, and that's where the going back to the lion and the pride and the pack of knowing that when you do get overwhelmed, that there are people that you can trust. It's so important to find people that understand the path that you're on. Also to know that there'll be a lot of people in your life who don't understand, and as painful as that might be, you have to find people that do understand, that you can confide in, and it only takes a few just to keep you grounded and balanced. Jay and I met about a year ago in a workshop, and we have been that for each other. We've only seen each other twice since then, but when we catch up on the phone, it's knowing I can call someone and he can call someone that gets it, right? And
Totally.
that's it.
Totally.
So that, you know, and it's an amazing reset, you know, whether he or I are, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. That phone call of someone that says, you know what, I get it, I see it, you know, and also, hey, think about this or that, or even just listening, being there for each other, really just takes that burden off of, okay, I'm not losing my mind and I'm not alone in this.
Exactly, and I think that's the biggest thing, is not feeling alone in it.
Yeah.
I know we have our Light Align teams. I know we have our unseen posse that's always with us, so we're never alone. And that's something to really remember. But nothing replaces this tangible body, this human that can be here with us,
Right.
having this experience and sharing it. And so Bella says, I love the passion.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing that. Yes, and that's what this is about. That's what this is. It's learning how to, at least I know for me, how to embody my passions and to feel safe enough to share that and to do it in my own way, and to show it and to feel confident and comfortable enough to experiment. Because sometimes I feel like I have to have it all done. But that's not how life works. Like, there's something to building things in, and it's not all just the creative process is it comes in layers. It comes at one step at a time. We add to. So before we get into the card readings of the day, I want to open this time up for.
We did the card readings.
I mean, the energy readings.
There you go.
The too many energy readings. There's time for 2, by the way, so if anybody would like to comment in, please do take this time to comment in and let us know if you'd like to partake in that.
And you get a 2-for-1 today.
Yeah, I know. Like,
A twofer.
yes, this is a 2-for. This is like extra special right now. Because, getting Hope's insight along with mine. It's spirit. We're both tuning into spirit, but we're both going to have. It's not that we're necessarily seeing different things, but we're of course going to explain it differently. We're going to feel it differently. It's going to come through us differently. And that's also the other part of this journey, is that me saying one thing and then Hope saying something else, and I'm just using this as an example, but that if it doesn't seem like it totally meshes, it doesn't mean that one of us is wrong, or that I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but or that, like, it's invalidating one of us. It's the fact of we're here to share in each other's experience. No, we're not all going to look at everything exactly the same way. And it's also knowing that, giving each other some space to have our own view. So Clint says, y'all.
Y'all are amazing.
Oh, nice. Oh, thank
That's
you.
from Texas.
Nice. Thank
Texas
you.
in the house.
Thanks, Clint. I don't have a tripod
Lisa.
today, so we're...
And there was one above that said me, so we got our 2 right above that. It was
Bella says me. Okay, so you're feeling your passions. You're loving your passions.
I think they were
Yes.
asking for the reading.
Oh, got it.
Isabel
Okay.
and Lisa are 2 asking for readings today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like...
I knew I had purpose
Thank
today.
you, I know, 'cause
I
I'm-
almost didn't sit in on this. I was like, you can go film in my backyard. I don't need to be on camera. Clearly, I did need to be on camera.
Because clearly I'm being a space cadet right now.
No, you're
Not
perfect.
like, yeah.
You're perfect
Thank
as
you.
you are.
Thank you.
Okay.
So Sean says I love 2 for reading as well. Bella says yes. Lisa says yay. Okay. So it's gonna be Bella and Lisa today. Sean, you will be next time. But before we get into that, I want you to. Do you want to do the reads before, or do you want to talk after?
No, why don't you tune into them, the
Okay.
2 people because you know them, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you tune into their energies, and I'll just speak really briefly about what it is that I've been up to and what I do. I am a psychedelic medicine counselor. I assist people who are seeking to use psychedelic medicine in a new way, whether it be ayahuasca, going to the jungle, different microdosing. I do not administer this medicine in this country. I do operate in countries where certain medicines are legal. But I'm available for counseling, whether you've had a bad experience or you've never had an experience and you're looking to do it and you want to talk to someone who's objective, not trying to sell you anything. I have no vested interest in assisting you other than to guide you to either the right medicine for you, answer some questions, because there's a lot of information coming out about microdosing and how these things can be helpful. And if you've never been in a psychedelic state, it can be really frightening or challenging. And if you've had a bad experience, it can have some deep, lasting effects that people, you may need to talk through with someone. I have a vast network of friends and other counselors who are more qualified in the sense of they've studied, and I am more 25 years of street knowledge, but I was head of therapy in a clinic in Mexico, working with addiction and with various medicines from all over the world. So my knowledge is vast, and if I don't think I can help you, I know people who can. So my service to community is to make this knowledge available. I'll be sharing my page, Ethereal Hope Energetic Alchemist, under the video. So there'll be a link, and you can like the page and send me messages there. And I work on a donation contribution basis. So lack of funds is not a reason not to contact me. It's basically a sharing gift that I offer, and in the vein of abundance, it's fair to say that contributions are accepted and welcomed. Yes. But it's not the driving force for what I do. So don't let that stop you if you're in a position. And I'm very clear. If you contact me, we have a chat, and there's no expectation for that chat. And then if we decide to go deeper, then we very clearly define what that looks like for you and for me, and it's an equitable sharing experience.
Yes.
So I welcome you to contact me when I post the link.
Thank you for sharing that hope, and I'm excited that you described that, and because it's such a valuable resource, and beyond all of that experiential knowledge that you have, but also your intuitive connection is none other, and your ability to be able to be in the moment, be present for those that come to you is like very precious and special. So know that. And you bring up a good point, because it's true. In the same way that if you reach out to us, the first phone call to get information and ask questions, please don't hesitate to do that. It's not, there's no charge there. And it's like hope in the sense of, I love her idea of contribution and making it work, creating win-wins, getting creative about that. This is a time of being creative and making it work for everybody, and and spirit and the universe supports that. Okay, so right off, we're going to start with Bella. Shuffle, shuffle. Would you like to pick a card for Bella? Nice. Awakening. Awakening is the card of the day for Bella. So Bella, what I immediately saw with you is just lots of bright light energy, your own radiance, really taking you even further along in your journey. There is like some steps of faith that you're taking, some big bold steps of faith coming your way if you're not already aware of what those are. Some steps of trusting yourself, owning your space, and really allowing your, like what we talked about before, allowing your radiance to do the work, so to speak, as well as to highlight, to give you the spotlight of the direction to head. I see it. I'm also seeing in that your ability to tune into your own flow and, how do I want to say this? I just see everything going exponentially, everything getting exponentially stronger for you. Everything is getting shifted up, like a volume dial on the stereo. A volume dial is getting turned up on your energy flow, on your spigot is being opened up, so to speak, and so that is really causing a lot of change, a lot of interesting feelings. I see a little bit of unsettling, but it's just because of the uptake of energy, and there's like a integration period that you're in. So that is your card of the day. So keep working with this, keep trusting your own flow, your own guidance, some quiet time, yoga, dance, that combination of being and doing and being and doing, along with everything else in your all the other responsibilities in your life. You're finding a new level of balance there. That's what I'm trying to get out. There's more balance coming.
Yeah, balance was the word that kept, as you were talking, balance was the one that kept coming in of when you have an explosion of energy, when you have an uptake of energy, you know, making sure that you balance that out with quiet time, because it can be really invigorating and you can get swept up in it sometimes, and then you know, you can exhaust yourself. So balance and rest is really important when things start moving really fast for you. What was the number on that? Was that a 3? It was a 3. So the our first card reading was 33. So as soon as I picked this card, I don't really know this deck, but I saw the 3 and I thought, wow, yeah, our other reading was 33.
I love
So
that.
in the flow of what we're doing.
Yes, and I like the 333.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, it's gonna
Shuffle, shuffle.
shuffle, shuffle. So this is for you, Lisa. Your card reading of the day. Pull another card, please, for Lisa. Nice.
Ah, that's pretty.
This one is heart, mind. Heart, mind. So really this, we can feel polarized. We can feel all in our mind, or we can feel all in our heart, or, you know, really it's balance. It's being able to, we've done a meditation to create an infinity symbol between our mind and our heart that intersects in our throat. And I see that as a way to help balance those two, so that way it's more of a harmonizing versus feeling like we're having these two opposing forces going between us that we have to listen to and mitigate and be somehow be able to like be the mediator. Like I feel like there's a sense that that's taking up a lot of your energy, being able to keep up with your mental chatter right now, and the guidance is to imagine dropping into your heart space, and your guidance is to get still a little bit more often, to be able to bring more balance into that area of your understanding. Because right now I just see there's some mental tapes that keep flowing through so fast that there's hardly any time for you to see what's new. And again, this is very subtle I'm talking about, because I feel like you're very in tuned. I feel like you have a great understanding and connection to your intuition, but I feel like, again, like with Bella, there's a certain intensity dial that has been turned up. And so now all of it is being reoriented and adjusted, and so now it's just perception of like your human perception of what does that mean for you now, how to move from here now, and how to take full advantage of that now that you have this new level of understanding, now that you have this new level of energy that you're working from. So give yourself some time right now, some space to play and maybe create, to work that out and allow these energies to continue to move and groove and do their thing. Do you have anything that you see with that?
I just wanted to look at the image of the card, because as you were speaking, you were talking about it culminating in the throat, being the center of the heart and the mind, and I've never really considered that I think that as you were talking, I was thinking, well, isn't this the quintessential challenge of being human and being here in, I call Earth School, is that balance between the heart and the mind, because, you know, you need both. And to isolate one or the other is an imbalance. And I'm thinking of, you know, my own life right now. I've been vacillating greatly between all in the heart or all in the mind, and having a really hard time with that integration. So when you said consider this as kind of like a turtle or an infinity, as I was looking at the card of the heart, it is kind of this infinity energy of like, if we can just settle into that idea. So that was, as you said, infinity, I thought, well, wow, that is kind of a new infinity for our own self, and also turtle energy of, you know, bringing it in and around and in and around. That's what that card showed to me.
I like it. I love that. So thank you for sharing that, because yes, it's like there's so many different aspects to putting all this stuff together and to making sense of it, and then where we might happen to be in our journey all plays a part of like how we're going to perceive that moment or how we're going to understand it. So it's like being able to flow with it to have these kinds of conversations. So I appreciate that so much.
I call it the lens frequently, you know, just like your Instagram has different filters. we have different filters, and often, I say, check into the filter that you're viewing things through, and can you shift that, because it's very easy to get stuck in one lens, and that's where, reaching out to the community can help you see a different lens. Have it, that your tribe can help you have a different take on something that's going on in your life. Or even just having that recognition that, wow, I'm seeing this through this specific lens, and how can I shift that for myself?
That's great. I love that. I love that imagery, and like being able to utilize that very physical way to see it.
Yeah. Choose your filter.
Yeah. Do you have time for one more?
Yes.
Sean. All right. So Sean,
okay,
we're doing it. So this is a card for
I get all
you.
the time in the world.
Right.
What? Time does not exist.
Yeah, it's true.
Time is not real.
It's
an illusion.
It is. even though we have a watch and our phone to tell us otherwise.
As you're shuffling, I'll tell a really funny anecdotal thing. All the clocks in my house do not work. They have fresh batteries. My boyfriend was just here visiting, and he went around and put new batteries in all my clocks, and I just laughed. I think it's just a matter of days before they all start ticking away at some random time. And I went to my channeling circle last night, and of course the spirit guide says, "What's going on with the clocks?" And while my boyfriend was here, he took different clocks out of the house and put them in the front yard and the backyard. There were these clocks everywhere. So it's just kind of funny that the spirit guide said, "What do you need all those clocks for?" And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty funny." Like,
well, especially when it came through, like
what's up with the clocks? I'm like, I find it comical. I'm amused by it. Yeah. Again, time is an illusion, especially in my house.
yes, and you're like, and spirit's gonna prove it to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
all right, so we're doing a reading for Sean. Okay,
picking
Sean.
a card for
Ready?
Sean.
Go in here.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
It's like a beautiful flower. Joyous. Joyous is the card, and Joyous. I'm seeing this visual of you with just a giant, big, huge smile on your face, and and in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like sparks fly off your energy field from that joy, that intensity, that energy that's there, that you are allowing to move through you, as well as I see your radiance growing bigger. I see your ability to connect deepening, as well as your ability to really enjoy that process in a way that I just get the sense that you haven't been able to enjoy before. And I just feel like right now that's just the beginning of this joy that's available and possible as you continue this process.
The word that I got, that looking at the card and tuning in, was dance, almost like an elegant dance. I don't know why this card just keeps telling me that it's a beautiful dance. I think it's an orchid, right? Or it looks like an orchid, which is very delicate and needs nurturing. But when it blooms, it is so beautiful, right? These very ornate and almost like a beautiful dance of energy and light and beauty.
It's true, because it is. They are so delicate, but they're so beautiful, and then they can last so long.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just...
And they bloom and bloom and bloom with the right care.
Yeah. And so I think that's definitely a testament. There's no accident you see that, because I feel like in the same way we're all of us, this is where all of us have to nurture and care for ourselves and figure out new and different ways to do that as we go, because at different parts of this journey require different ways in which we nurture and care for ourselves. There are some, I think, some oldies but goodies, maintaining that whole mind, body, spirit complex. But then there are some things that come about that we get introduced to in the process. And then it's an ebb and flow. Some things we carry with us and we keep going, and other things it's just for the time, just for that particular moment. So I'm glad we were able to do that one. Yeah. So thank you, Sean.
And also what came up too is with the orchid is seasons. As we're going into fall, we're watching, leaves fall and a change. And so welcoming the beauty and the blossoming, and also welcoming the fading away. If you're not, there's an ebb and flow. We can't always be in the blossom. Sometimes we're in the loss of the flowers and the hibernation stage. So recognizing where you're at and knowing that neither is right. You have to have the falling away of the leaves and the beauty to bloom again.
That's such a great
you know,
thing to remember.
as a reading for everyone else out there, that if you're not in this state, don't worry, it'll come back.
It's true. Like if we do go through different phases where we have to drop everything.
Yeah, grow your roots a little stronger,
Yeah.
go in, grow a little deeper, and then blossom again.
That's a great way to think about that, I think. Thank you, Hope, so much for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me on your show. I love that we matched by accident. It was totally not planned.
It's like, I love how Spirit worked that out.
Yeah.
And then thank you for really allowing us to be in this beautiful space, to be in this, be in your backyard, to be in your home area.
Yeah.
I can, Hope, it really puts out this beautiful energy, and it's very present here in her space. So thank you
so
for
much.
sharing that with me, sharing that with
I love you,
everyone
Jay.
else. I love you too.
We gotta do this more often.
Oh yeah, I know, right? I know. It's gonna happen. So, thank you all for joining us live this morning. It's been a great pleasure connecting with each and every one of you. A great pleasure and honor of both of us. Thank you.
You're welcome. Isabel, Lisa, and Sean, are a great pleasure to offer these readings to you today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for catching that.
Yeah.
Surrounding everybody with a big, huge hug of love. We will see you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great day. Bye-bye.